Right guys, so today we are doing a Premier League predictions. Now I'm sorry it's taken quite a while for this to come out. Basically it's been a bit manic recently at uni, so the uploads have been a bit off. But I will be back this weekend with the Leicester City versus West Ham United vlog. Today I am with Katy, a Wolves fan.
Gang gang.
Jesus Christ. Now, in case you don't know how the Premier League predictions work, basically I go against someone every week from my course or wherever, and we predict on the Premier League fixtures for the weekend. Now, the last time I took on Matt, and basically for the point system, you get 3 points if you guess the correct result, and 5 points if you guess the correct score. Now, when I faced Matt a couple of weeks ago, I calculated the scores and he just about beat me. I got 14 points and Matt got 15. So he is currently top of the table. Katy, how are you feeling about your predictions this weekend?
Yeah, I'll try my best, like, you know.
Right, good. Okay, so we start off with Saturday at 3 PM. We've got no early game on the Saturday. We start off with Brighton against Katy's Wolves. Katy,
Yes.
how are you feeling about that game?
I think Wolves have got it. Well, after last week, that was a bit of like a little, you know, bump in the road. But I think we'll get back on track. I think Nuno's got this. I think he'll like talk to the team. You know, you've got to have that little hurdle. And we'll get it. I think 2-1 to Wolves.
Right, okay, I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. I don't think that anyone's going to come away with this. Both Brighton and Wolves have had a bit of a rocky patch recently, and especially with last week when Wolverhampton Wanderers lost against Watford, conceding 2 in the space of a minute. So I don't think there's going to be a winner out of this. I think it's going to be 1-1.
You're trying to make me cry again. I don't think we've had that much of a bad start. I think for a newly promoted team, I think we've done really well with 9th. I don't think that's bad at all, so carry on.
Right, so next up we have Fulham against Bournemouth. Now Fulham have come back from a 4-2 defeat against Cardiff last week, which was Cardiff's first win of the season, while Bournemouth come back from a 0-0 draw against Southampton. I think that Fulham will edge this, and I think they will edge it 2-1. Katy?
I'm saying a draw. I don't think either side I don't think anybody will actually break that deadlock at the end, so draw 1-1.
Next up we have Liverpool against Cardiff City. Now, as I said, Cardiff have just got their first win of the season, beating Fulham 4-2 in the league. But I think Liverpool are going to take this, and I think they're going to win by a hefty result. I'm going to go 4-0 to Liverpool.
I've gone 3-0, so quite similar. I don't think Cardiff will even come close. I think Liverpool will outplay them like in every aspect of the game. So yeah, 3-0. Yeah.
Right, okay, so next we have Southampton against Newcastle. Now both teams haven't had the best of starts again, but I think Southampton will beat Newcastle to give Newcastle more trouble going into November. So I'm going to go with a 2-0 Southampton win.
I've gone for a 1-0 Southampton win. I don't feel like Newcastle will get a result out of that game at all. Like, they've not had the best start to the season. So yeah, 1-0 Southampton.
Okay, so next up we have Watford against Huddersfield. Now, as I said, Watford just beat Wolves 2-0 last week, 2 goals in a minute, and Huddersfield have just come back from a 1-0 defeat against Liverpool. So I think that Watford will win this, and I think they'll win with ease, but I don't think it'll be a big win, so I'm going to go 2-0 to Watford.
I've gone for the exact same score, actually.
Oh, really?
Yes, I have.
Oh.
I think they'll just replicate what they did to us last week, really. Not like in the space of a minute, but they weren't a bad team, so I do reckon 2-0 Watford. I don't think Huddersfield will get anything out of it.
Okay, so the final game of Saturday, 5:30, my boys West Ham United are away against Leicester City. Now, we've just come back from losing 1-0 against Tottenham in that London derby. It was a tough game to take, but I think we will bounce back, and I think we'll win 2-1 against Leicester at the King Power Stadium. Katy?
I think Leicester will beat you 2-1. I don't think you'll bounce back. I just think Leicester have got this. I don't know why I feel like that. I just don't think West Ham will do it. Like, looking at the previous games, I just feel like Leicester have got it more than West Ham. So 2-1.
Right. See how it is. See how it is.
Don't get salty.
Not getting salty. Just me. So the first of our Sunday games is at 1:30. Burnley against Chelsea at Turf Moor. Chelsea have just come back from beating Bate in the Europa League, and I think that they're going to demolish Burnley, but not too much. I'm going to go 3-1 to Chelsea.
I've gone 2-0 Chelsea. I think just the way they've been playing recently, I think they'll get the win in the bag. I think clean sheet. Yeah, lovely. 2-0 to Chelsea, I think.
Okay, so next up we have Crystal Palace against Arsenal, a London derby. I think that Arsenal are going to win because they beat Sporting Lisbon the other night in the Europa League as well. So I'm going to go with a 2-0 Arsenal win. You alright?
Yeah, I just don't understand why I've said 2-2.
Okay, Kate's gone with 2-2, so we move on to our final game on Sunday, which is Manchester United against Everton. Manchester United not having the best of games, recently losing against Juventus 1-0 on Ronaldo's return. And I think that Everton are going to pile the pressure on Mourinho, and it could be the final nail in the coffin, so I'm going to go with a 1-0 Everton win.
I've gone for a 1-0 United. I think it would be extremely close though, but United are at home. I think it might be their time to turn it around and win, Even though Everton, I do think they will apply heavy pressure, a lot of pressure, but I think 1-0 United. So.
And finally, our Monday night game at 8 o'clock, we have got Tottenham against Manchester City. As I said, Tottenham have just come back from beating West Ham 1-0, and Manchester City come back from beating Burnley 5-0. But I think Manchester City will beat Tottenham, and I'm going to go with a 2-0 Manchester City win.
I think it's going to be a game of many goals, so I've gone 3-2 to City.
Ooh.
I just think it'll be very close, but I think City will come out on top, but I think it'll be very close. I think a game of a lot of goals.
Okay, guys, so what you can see on the screen now is my predictions for this weekend's Premier League fixtures and also Katy's Premier League predictions. And we will see in my next Premier League preview who's won and where she stands in the table. Right, guys, so that is the end of the predictions. Thank you to Katy for coming down, and thank you to Kirsty in the background for not doing that much. So if you do want to check them out, I will leave their socials down below, and I will see you guys in the next video, which is most likely going to be the Leicester City vlog, which I will put out some point during the weekend, but you'll definitely see that soon. Alright, see you guys later.